Hello,
Welcome back,
everyone.
everyone.
Welcome to a special episode, commentary from the Constable Regiment. We're going to be doing Getsu Fuuma for the Famicom.
Yes. Feel free to fill us in on this.
This is a Japanese-only game. So if you can read Japanese, good for you. If you don't,
something about a dragon bone demon, or Yukotsuki, something about hell.
usual stuff.
So basically, if I can get this straight, the general story is about a dragon ninja?
Let's see. Something about feelings of sadness and revenge. Basically, you're the youngest of 3 brothers, and and they were killed by a demon, and you pretty much kick his ass.
Ah, so vengeance.
It reminds me of Ninja Gaiden somehow.
This came out a couple years before, so it might have had some influence.
I see.
Oh.
Well,
For an NES game, the graphic looks good.
Yeah, I'll say. Okay, let's go into the fray.
Also, that armor reminds me of Bishamon from Darkstalkers.
Again.
Oh, it's a Zelda 2 style.
With a bit of Mario World thrown in. So who's this old lady?
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's just telling us at the beginning, welcome to hell, and you gotta find the swords, and yada yada yada.
Wonder if it'll be an epic twist that she's really the villain.
We don't know about that for sure.
I don't know how the game evolves, but she doesn't seem to be the real villain of the whole plot.
Well, the game literally takes place in the Japanese equivalent of hell, so of course everything's ugly here.
Ah, so the player has, I guess, transcended into this version of hell.
Geez.
Oh my god, clown? Thing looked like a clown there earlier.
It's a Medusa head from Castlevania with... Jesus.
Whoa. Bit hectic for a first stage. So, general gameplay?
The top up is sword. So it's the evidence doesn't have that much that means my sword's not very strong now. I'm like what?
Whoa, was that a Digimon?
When the brothers were killed, that Yukotsuki took the 3 hadoken and we got her down the wall on the majors. We're gonna be here for a little while until I have 200 gold.
So, if I can get this straight, this is sort of a pseudo-RPG in that you have to grind for stuff?
Yes, this is an early action RPG.
Oh, an action RPG, now this makes sense.
If they had a level that they had a friend in Castlevania 8.
Yeah, it really reminds me of Castlevania. You know, the interface,
yeah,
the platform.
bit of a story, too.
The Medusa had, yeah, it seems it's a Konami game, it might have well inspired the series.
So there's a Konami title. There's even a joke in here that only people that understand Japanese will get. There's an enemy that uses whip called Shimon. That's actually a play on how you say time in Japan.
Oh, well now.
Oh my.
They're making fun of themselves.
Back and forth, back and forth. Luckily, apparently enemies will just spawn right out of the left and right.
Yeah, so it's just going back and forward. Not like that. So exactly what do you need?
Back and forward. Back and forward. I need 200 gold to get a sword upgrade, and without it.
Wait, you collected more because
So, how many are you gonna collect before we move on?
yeah, exactly. Back and forth between a creepy clown mask and a face hugger.
Yeah. It's like the Japanese version of the big top ride-out circus.
Yeah, mixed with face huggers.
Go figure. What's next? Stuff from Harry Potter?
What happened?
Oh, nothing. We were just reminiscing about how this is beginning to remind us of a Japanese circus top.
Yeah, also, why did you collected more pieces since you had already 100?
I need to get more money to buy a sword and so I can beat the game.
So is it required,
okay,
or is it just something that makes it, you know, a heck of a lot more legitimate and easier?
Or you have to get it or you won't be able to progress very
So
far
I
at all.
take it that this is something that takes forever to grind for, so you're basically taking care of it here in the first stage?
Yes.
Yeah, it reminds me of Ultimate in terms of grinding. In terms of bashing everyone out at the beginning in order to max their stats. Oh, finally.
Are you going to play Castlevania HD?
HD?
Ooh, different color save.
Yeah, from the there, right?
Really?
Oh, and on we go.
Oh.
Because you see, they made a level that made the aspect from the game, and that's how I found out about it, and here we are now.
So, at the place where you buy it, so can you lose your money by, say, getting hit?
No, but you
Or
can die if you get a game
I
over.
swear that thing looks like a clown with its fireballs or whatever he's shooting at you.
Okay.
Mushrooms of Doom.
Ooh, suck on it, Mario.
Yeah,
Yes.
also, yeah, now I can understand a little more of the culture, because I recently played Okami, and even that game has tons of, you know, Japanese folklore mythos integrated into it. Like, for example, the gate you cross, those are present too in the same form, you know, as them gates.
Yeah. Yeah, I can sort of see some of the Japanese mythology here, too.
Well, why do
It's
you bring that
like
up?
God of War, but with Japan.
Ah,
Oh,
It's fun
Yeah.
that bring that up, actually, because Japan will just let you buy your way out of hell. Either shops in this money, shops in this game.
really?
Yeah. That's the the money with the game.
Oh, and zombies now. Yes, this is starting to look a lot like Castlevania.
yeah,
What's next? The Japanese
yeah,
Dracula?
definitely.
Dracula here.
Oh, well.
And I got
Whoa, this guy looks creepy.
It's in hell, of course everything's ugly here.
So, let me get this straight. The player has apparently... So, has the player come to hell to avenge someone? So, I'm guessing that the general idea was basically that, like, well, you would go through so many levels and then you have to eventually come there. So what's the general idea behind this, like, well, you know, like, well, the way you're apparently supposed to do it, like, instead of just grinding on the first level, was it like, well, you'd, have to redo those levels then to get the money for that sword?
Well, I have to come back.
Yeah, oh look, that skeleton whip, use the whip in the same way.
Yeah, it's called Shimon. Play on Friday. What else?
Or some blobby thing with tentacles.
This item comes to be useful for the first mini-boss.
Ooh, whiplash skeletons. Dang, okay, did Castlevania get inspiration from this game?
Actually, this game came out a year later. There are a few little inside jokes about it that you have to watch out for.
The heck are those blob things? They look like elephants when they open their mouths. Or hippopotamuses. Yeah, this game is very confusing. Fun, but confusing. And ooh, a valley of skeletons.
So, anyone else that got to remember these guys from the Yu-Gi-Oh card game?
Oh god, yeah. Shoot, I recall them. Weren't they from like the first show? Okay, weren't they like one of those cards that apparently wasn't sold in stores? I forgot what was in the show.
Here, my power wave.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, boss time!
Huh.
Okay, what just happened there?
That symbol that's firing from my chest, so that one right now is the symbol for power.
Okay, this is actually tough for a first boss. Well, I mean, granted, I guess there's the invisibility frames. It looks like you...
Oh, is this the first boss?
That's a mini-boss? Oh, it's surprisingly competent for a mini-boss. Slowly ascend, and really, I guess you'd have...
Well, okay, it's an escape, but still.
Okay, now that we have the first demon pass, we can go to the first maze to get the first sword.
Jeez.
Okay, now it starts to remind me of Ultima 7 Part 2 in terms of collectible, you know. Get things, put them on our things.
For dungeons and all, it's definitely giving me the Zelda vibe as well. Jesus Christ, this is quite the jigsaw of mini-games.
Mini-game? What is this, Mario Party?
Oh god, Mario Party is still more dangerous than this.
In Mario Party in
Mario
hell.
Party in hell? Oh, Jesus Christ. Mario Party already is hell. Do you want to know what Mario Party in hell would be?
That would be funny to imagine.
Luigi winning by not only doing absolutely nothing, but not even participating at the game.
Jesus Christ, yeah, Mario Party. Somehow that's become so popular. Well, I mean, it stayed so popular, probably alone on how crazy it is. You could pretty much lose everything and somehow come out the victor in the end.
Yeah, thanks to the chat fund.
Because it's a board game.
No.
Board games are
a board game would actually
like
be
Monopoly.
more predictable. Mario Party has a mind of its own. It will literally grant the computer other stuff to do. Then again, Sonic Shuffle's even worse.
I haven't finished Sonic Shuffle
Oh
yet,
yeah,
actually.
story mode, yeah. That's story mode. That's really the only reason I ever go to Sonic Shuffle, I ever went to Sonic Shuffle was for the story mode. How How ironic that they'd actually give a board game a story mode.
Well, there are a couple of board games, video games with a story mode, like there was one for Capcom. I
Wait,
can't
Mario
remember
Party
the
has story
name.
mode?
Yeah,
Sometimes they had. You know, you know how the fact that Wario has like 3 types of continuity. Yeah, basically the Mario Party is one of them, because in one of the continuity Waluigi exists and other characters don't. In another continuity, which I think is the WarioWare series, Waluigi doesn't exist and other characters instead exist in his place. And other... It's kind of a mess.
Yeah, I forgot. What was there for the story with Waluigi and the Mario Parties that did have story? I guess I never really knew about the story because really, I've never owned a Mario Party game. I just played it with friends.
If I recall, there is one of the Mario Party miniseries that is highly centered around Waluigi for some reason. But I can't remember why. Maybe it's the 7, I think. I can't remember.
Oh good, more of these green blobbers.
So you need to cut off the tree? Oh, or just the enemies, okay.
Ooh, okay. Those came right shooting down.
We're on our way to the first
Oh, goody. So, how do mazes work?
Is this gonna be a long game?
Well, I took the easy route and decided to use the map swap while I was playing.
Well, I guess that'll help us go
For an
quicker.
NES game, this is really long. This seems to be a really long game. So,
Yeah, it took me like 2 hours to beat this game.
was there, in this game, is there any type of save function, or you just need it to beat in one straight?
You have a password that function without it.
Nice.
Okay, that's nice.
Guess password.
Usually that works. Is it one of those NES type of password that is long, alphanumeric, and with all the weirdest combinations possible, you know, like 91 or something?
Yeah, you have weird sort of. It's all in hiragana symbols. This is the basic Japanese typewriter.
Okay. Oh goody, we have tons of creepy eyes spying out in the background.
I could have sworn some of those eyes looked rather Egyptian. The blue ones on the pillars. Oh, yeah, there was...
And we got my game over.
Oopsie. What the hell just happened?
Oh!
Oh, it's a Metroid. Yeah, those are Metroids.
But
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
Metroid
you
and
guys have-
Fuma.
Metroids in ancient Japan, how does that work?
Maybe they too are based off some sort of Japanese folklore and we didn't
Wouldn't that
know
be
that.
just astonishing? Either Nintendo or Konami got a lot of their big influence from these games to those games.
Actually, Metroid came out a year
Okay, so
earlier.
then I guess this is pretty much... I guess what we're looking at is pretty much a fusion of a lot of our beloved Nintendo franchises. If it were all Japanese and in hell.
Yeah, we have the platforming of Mario, the side-scrolling of Zelda 2, the Metroids.
Yeah.
What other things are
That's similar to Zelda and Mario World as well.
Yeah. Now all this is missing is a first-person mode where you punch demons in the face with a fire of
Oh, that would be just epic. I can see it now.
Here we go.
What?
Semi-random
Random
encounters.
encounters. Elaborate.
So it has...
One of the mazes that enemies will start appearing and start looking for you.
Oh yeah, the skeleton throwing bone, another reference to
I'll
Castlevania.
say, wow.
Yep.
Then again, wasn't that also made by Konami?
So,
Yep.
yeah, like I said, but what I wonder is this game came before or after the first Castlevania?
After 1 year later.
Oh, so they took inspiration from it, or they had some people in the development team from that. Okay.
Dang, that sword must be pretty dang special to take out the undead.
Well, it's like Game of Thrones, remember that swords in, what was the name? Obsidian can take out the undead, which are, you know...
Supposedly, for the Fuuma in this game is based on Fuuma Kotaro in real life, a real ninja.
Oh, okay.
Also, I asked why you guys play Castlevania HD before, because they made a level made out of sprites from this game, and that's when I found out about it.
Huh. Maybe I'll give that a look.
Ah.
They kept all the main bosses in it.
So, by HD, do they up the graphics somewhat?
Yes, 8-bit graphics in HD. Why that works, I don't know.
Graphics in HD. Huh.
Yeah, like they did with DuckTales Remastered. I don't know.
Yes. Maybe I have played an 8-bit game in HD, I just don't see how that would work out ever.
I can understand.
Yeah, it worked with DuckTales.
Yeah, but it sounds like it would just make it look worse since it's in HD. Because really, when you think about it, 8-bit is just a bunch of blocks.
Yeah, it's like mutated Legos.
Oh, they literally step pixels in HD.
That's pretty much what 8-bit is when you think about it.
Yeah, but when I think of transition from 8-bit to HD, I think something like reworked sprites or using polygon graphics if you want a 2.5 D style or
if it were just a transition to HD, yes, but from what I hear, they're calling it 8-bit in HD. Therein lies the problem, is that, well...
So it's something like Mega Man 9 and 10.
Yeah, it's like, 8-bit in HD, it kind of works against it, I'd say, where it just makes it more apparent that it's blocking.
And maybe 16-bit or 32-bit, but not 8-bit.
Yeah, 16-bit and 32-bit. Those are damn great, but 8-bit, yeah... 8-bits are... I mean, I'm not dissing 8-bit, it's just... It's kinda... You got some in Dark Star?
It just doesn't click.
Precisely.
So, Dark Star, random question. Since we are facing basically the entirety of Japanese folklore, do we get to see something like Tengus or something?
Like what?
Tengus, the guys with the long nose.
Oh, Tengus. They don't appear in this one.
Any Ninetales?
Oh.
Nope.
That's true. Well, to be honest, Ninetales were used and abused in
including
a lot of
Digimon,
media.
and Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh!
And Usho and Tora.
And now I'm gonna buy some items that can make my quest a little bit easier. Like the candles, so I can actually
by all means do, because it looks like it's pretty tough out here.
Yeah.
And the charm, which reduces how much damage I take when I wear it.
So you have to go for all that just to get to a
something
store?
that enlarge your health bar or something? Because it looks really low, even at max health.
Yeah, but that's the maximum health and that never changes.
Oh.
But yeah, we're getting close to the first maze, and our first stopping point.
Maze, dang. Wait, so you have to buy that sword just to get through there?
Yes, I had to buy that sword just to get through it.
So what would happen if, say, you came here without buying the sword?
I'd be screwed. I'd have to run all the way back to get it.
Truly a NES game.
Of course. Ha, wasn't that quite the theme of NES? Do something a certain way or we'll definitely screw you over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me...
It was usually a tactics in order to make you play more of the game, in order to find out and elaborate a strategy, you know. And by doing that, you basically played more of the game, basically making more worthy the money you spent on it or something.
Unfortunately, nowadays, they make it so easy. Not that I'm really complaining, it's just...
Tutorials!
Yeah. Tutorials, yes!
No, I mean, I shouldn't say that because I'm not the guy that bashes on
Well, no,
bashes on
it's not
tutorials.
tutorials I'm
because-
making. It's stuff like the Super Guide in New Mario Brothers.
I know, right? It's like
Was there a point to it? I mean,
All it
it's
was
too-
pretty much was just to give people who apparently couldn't get
They're
through a
being
level
nuts.
some satisfaction.
It reminds me of the pool they made about Mario some months ago, I think. They took a bunch of teenagers, I think, a new generation of gamers. They gave them the original Super Mario on NES. They made them play, I think, quite a few levels, and then they asked opinions. Most of them said that Mario needed a gun,
Oh,
and I said that was no tutorial, so we were stuck.
seriously?
It was truly astonishing in terms of how bad
Okay,
they
look,
were.
it's one thing, but a tutorial for Mario, if you're playing... Okay, maybe if you're playing something like Mario Sunshine, I can accept you may be begging for a tutorial. But, seriously, with Mario, okay, maybe give an instruction manual, but you really don't need a tutorial for that.
Maybe it's just us gamers that we have become more and more lazy with each generation's thing.
Oh, God. Don't even get me started on what... Yeah, yeah.
We're almost to the first
Oh,
thing that we want.
But yeah,
Chopping the wall.
but seriously,
chopping
what's
the
next?
wall.
Giving a guide in gameplay for Ace Attorney? I mean, seriously.
Well, they kinda did
Yeah,
that.
but they did it in... Yeah, they did it
first-
more in a way that it was part of the gameplay, and like, well, I guess it was more so hinting. I guess, to be fair, and it wasn't explicitly giving away what you had to do.
Oh, it seems the part's over, so we will kick more Japanese demons' ass
Indeed,
in the
we
next
will.
part.
See ya.
See ya.